Hey there everyone, and welcome to a preview of the Archer Advanced skills. The ones we're going to look at first are the Hunter ones. They have Trap and On the Hunt. Trap works as placing a trap at your feet. It stays there for a really long time. With all these skills you want to get them to max, so really I'm going to be looking at the max numbers rather than anything else. So yeah, it will stay there for 30 seconds, which is ages, and when an enemy walks over it, it's going to get hit and immobilized. Immobilizing is like an alternate version of stun, except things don't seem to have immunity to it, so it will even hit bosses. I'm not sure how it will work in PvP, but it may actually hit things in with stun immunity. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be insane as an immobilizing effect thing, but it's only for 2 seconds. And so what that does, just to clarify, is they're unable to move and they can't attack. Right, so the damage on it is a little bit complicated. Well, I say complicated, it's just unusual. It hits twice of 580%, but sometimes it hits 3 times. It seems to be kind of 50-50, and I have no idea what affects it. Sometimes it hits 2 times, sometimes it hits 3 times. That's just the way it is. This skill is really cool. Probably the most interesting skill there is that's been added, because you can set these traps around everywhere, and yeah, there's not much use for it in like PvE, but in PvP you could definitely set traps around the place, and they're going to stay there for so long that people are going to, you'll be able to create a sort of barricade and people will have to walk through them, and they do good damage. I mean, 2 times 580% is pretty good already, and then when it hits 3 times, that's amazing. So yeah, it's really a good skill, and it also has the added effect of defense, which is when there are melee enemies attacking you, or like a boss or whatever, then you can use it and it will immobilize the boss and deal good damage and give you enough time to run away. With a cooldown of 10 seconds, that does have that's definitely a use for it. Right, and then the other one is kind of not so good. So it's got a huge mana cost, 200, with a 20 second cooldown, and it only lasts for 5 seconds. The boosts it gives 30% move speed and 100% armor. The 100% armor, because you've got 200% already, it's not actually going to be as much as you'd think. It's a 33% damage reduction or so. The cool thing about this is it hits the whole party, so everyone gets a move speed buff and an armor buff. But it is quite a small buff, so this is definitely a skill that's in balance. It's not overpowered at all, and to be honest, there are better skills. So this probably won't see much use other than in farming, unless there are more skills added to Hunter, which then kind of make this one worthwhile, that you can put on loads of tanking skills. But to be honest, I think there's some combos in there which are awesome anyway, so there's not really a whole lot of use for that. Anyway, let's have a look at them in combat and see what we think. So I'm going to place a trap down on him right away. As you can see, it hits twice. Yep, that's just 2. You can tell when it's going to hit 3 times because it will do 2 hits in quick succession right at the beginning. It's like does a hit on the impact as well as then the 1 second and the 2 seconds afterwards. Yeah, there you go. See, it's going to do 3 hits there. No idea why that was. It's not from like when it hits loads of enemies. That's just, it happens to be doing that right now. Oh yeah, it is. It's doing that over and over. Yeah, we keep getting 3 hits. Yeah, okay, it's working when it's hitting lots of enemies. That's interesting. That might be it. But then it was definitely working when there's an individual enemy before as well, like sometimes hitting 3 on an individual enemy. Anyway, as you can see, the damage is quite good. It's taking out the enemies, and yeah, it's a cool skill. The only thing is you have to be in melee, which most ways that people like to play archers don't involve melee, so you may not actually see much use for it. And then obviously, I mean, there's not really much to show with the other skill. You can just run around and tank a bit better. I'm not going to bother taking myself off invincibility because, like I said, the damage reduction isn't much, so it's not going to do a lot really. So yeah, maybe you'd want to like put a decoy out and then like set up traps as well, so you can kind of keep enemies away more. But to be honest, I don't really see much use in that. What this is really going to be is like when enemies get close to you and you want to get away or something, or just deal damage to them because they're close to you. Then you place down a trap and bang, you do loads of damage to them all. So that's pretty much it for the Hunter ones. Let's have a look at the sniper skills. The sniper skills are my favourite by far out of all the advanced skills that have been added. They're both very cool. So Death Arrow here, it deals a bit more damage than most of the other skills. Although actually, interestingly, Hunter here, because that does multiple hits, that does more. But yeah, basically compared to this to like Arcane Blast for Wizard, that's a laser beam one. That was 580% and hit in a line, and this is almost exactly the same as hitting in a line with quite a narrow field and everything, and same cooldown and all that kind of stuff, but more damage. So yeah, this one's quite cool. You've got to remember as well that you've got the sniper bonus and stuff, so actually it hits reasonably hard. The only thing is, it doesn't compare to other stuff right now because it doesn't have Skirins on it. So Volley is, and Volley actually anyway, is more powerful. But what makes this stand out over Volley in certain situations is that it hits multiple targets, whereas Volley is only one. So basically this is a damage dealer, a very interesting looking one. Looks like it could be really good in the long run, and yeah, quite cool. So we'll look at that one. And then First Aid is very, very cool. This is a huge heal over time effect. It lasts 10 seconds and has a 20-second cooldown, so if you have a cooldown potion active, it is constant. And in PvP, in the second half of the fight, it's going to be constant. 20% of your health per second is huge. Archers can't tank as well as the others with damage reductions and that kind of stuff, at least not in the traditional sense. So people may look at this and think, oh, healing over time, well, that's really not going to help me that much anyway. But seriously, this is amazing, especially in PvP situations. 20% of your health every second is massive. Yes, the only thing is the mana cost is humongous. So just to quickly sort of show what they look like, I really like the animation for Death Arrow. Actually, it's like it's got that sort of blast that comes out like almost like a rocket, and it looks sort of quite powerful. Looks nice in that way, as well as not being that long an animation, which is great because a lot of people don't like the volley animation. It takes too long. And then the other one is a little kind of green the life juice thing. No, not life juice. I just wanted to say the phrase life juice. Yeah, green effect on yourself that then does the health recovery. So let's take a look at them in combat. For these, I'm not going to be making myself invincible for obvious reasons. So let's start by using a bit of Death Arrow. I'm going to try and round up enemies. Oh, I hate the lag I get when I do recording. I swear I didn't used to get this when my laptop was new, but more recently I've been getting it. Anyway, we're going to round up some enemies and then hit them with Death Arrow. As you can see, blast through them all. Nice quick animation. Oh, it wasn't really there. Not too long to pull off at all, which is good. Really good for archers that want to focus on basic attacks. The only thing is, like I said, it hasn't got loads of damage yet because it hasn't got any Skirins for it. But yeah, well, I say that it's actually got one Skirin now, but it doesn't add a lot of damage, so yeah, we're still waiting on that front. Anyway, for the other one, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to show it with some combos, and I'll be doing videos on combos, as I said in my last video. Actually, sorry, a couple of videos back. I'm going to be showing combos and stuff, so this is a kind of sneak preview of one of the combos. So what I'm going to do is it with Renewing Mist, and yeah, basically they're going to get slowed. But the thing is, they're going to have trouble taking me down. There are actually a lot of enemies there, which is why when I'm running, there kind of seem like there are too many enemies. So I'm going to use Decoy as well, just to be absolute certain. And yeah, I'm going to just be able to tank. Like, I'm kind of strong for this, like a little bit strong, but I'm not too strong for Platinum Event. And the fact that I can just sit here and tank, I'm going to try and not use Decoy actually. I'll just take out yeah, I'm gonna die when there's too many enemies. They're gonna slowly spawn now, so we'll watch. Like, you can't tank completely without Decoy, like just from the 30% health per second, but you can tank a lot. So I'm gonna just sit here with, I'm gonna take down the suicide enemies, if I can spot them, and just sit here with the healing effects. As you can see, it does quite a nice job of keeping your health up. Not completely, obviously you can't tank up completely just with those two skills, but you can definitely tank a bit. And if you bring Decoy into the mix, then you can start tanking up completely. And obviously I have cooldown potion active at this point, but yeah, they're not going to be able to kill me. I'm just literally indestructible right now. and it's a bit overpowered if I'm honest. You probably don't even need first aid for this to be completely indestructible, but first aid will do a better job here than Renewing Mist, and especially because it's active all the time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the skill rune on Renewing Mist, on Smokescreen to Dark Mist, because this changes the way it plays. So Renewing Mist, all the enemies are going to come in close to you, and you pretty much get forced to fight in close range. However, Dark Mist, what it will do is it will make all the small enemies run away, so you can still attack them from range, get the buffs from sniper and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, you can attack them from afar. The boss will be close range. However, the boss can't kill you because you've got a 50% damage reduction and you're healing 20% per second. So one-shots won't really one-shot you, and its normal hits won't kill you. So yeah, you're pretty much invincible without even using decoy. There are going to be cases where there are medium enemies and they're going to be immune to fear, so they can like walk in and attack you. But yeah, still you've got decoy there, and yeah, this is just so overpowered. It's well, okay, I should calm down a little bit. It's very powerful and quite insane. There's only 3 seconds of downtime of the Dark Mist, which you need to kind of run, and then you can place it again. But yeah, this is a way how archers can tank and like completely bypass difficulty. So yeah, they really shouldn't be complaining and saying like, oh, I can't survive at all in PvE. PvP is a different story, and obviously there's a lot there which has to be done in terms of balance. But this is something which you can do that just is amazing, and first aid really helps you out, because one of the problems with Dark Mist is it doesn't actually, it doesn't heal you. It gives you an awesome damage reduction, but you're still going to be hurt by enemies, like bosses and such. And since Renewing Mist is your only heal, you can't use that because you're using Dark Mist. So yeah, first aid gives you access to this, and then obviously you can use Festive Spirit's the best, but any kind of decoy can distract the enemies and stuff, and yeah, you can tank up like a boss. Right, so that's pretty much everything I wanted to show with these skill runes. I suppose I should show. The thing about decoy is with it at 99 out of 99, it actually reduces your damage completely, so you don't get hurt at all. So yeah, this healing effect isn't really so obvious then. But anyway, as you can see, with these 3 skills, you're practically indestructible, and it's just so amazing. Yeah, I'll just quickly show Ballista as well, because Ballista, I'm going to show it in other videos, but it is so powerful. If you just watch the, it's getting distracted by enemies a little bit, watch the boss health going down there. That is from a single Ballista. It is, I was looking at the health and I didn't tank, but a single Ballista can do 40% of the health of the Frozen Tyrant, which is, like I said, ridiculous. So that is with the Frost Turret skill rune, which, if we look at it, it does add a fairly nice amount of damage. It's 255% water, but yeah, it's mainly that base damage from getting it to 99. It just goes up hugely. You can see I'm actually tanking without even looking, because I can just use Dark Mist and First Aid. Anyway, you are going to get hit by special attacks, just to say, because one of the awesome things about Dark Mist as well is it has that properties of the base Smokescreen, making you have 90% chance to dodge melee and range attacks, but that's only like sort of the normal attacks. And when you look at special attacks like that ice path thing along the ground, that's still going to hit you. It's going to be you're going to have the 50% damage reduction, but yeah. So yes, you can use it in combination with that to be absolutely awesome. That works in PvP too, because I'm pretty sure this is a 50% damage reduction in PvP as well. So use First Aid with it, and you can tank amazingly for 10 seconds. Yes, that should be everything that I wanted to say in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and the Archer's advanced skills are my favourites. I'm not so happy about some of the other ones and the other skills, also the other classes, but yeah, they're all fairly interesting at least, and there'll certainly be more to come, which will kind of make more well-rounded builds and stuff. And obviously skill runes will definitely up the damage and make them that much better. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.